Yeah, hi everyone, it's Frank Walters here, and today I want to talk about en plein air equipment. So, the truth is you can go anywhere in the world and take a brush, a couple of colors, a water pot, piece of paper, and start painting, which is fine. But I have a number of en plein air retreats coming along, and the students have asked me, what should I bring? Well, let me put it this way. I'll tell you what I use, and out of that, you can decide yourself what you wish to bring. But let's go through all this. So I bought this. It's a photographer's tripod. It's Zomi. It's really well made. It extends like miles. It's incredibly sturdy. And I got it on eBay, brand new, 20 quid. They have this system here at the end, which is a quick release. And you can almost put anything on the end of that. It doesn't have to be just a camera. It could be a board. And I actually made up a board. Let me show you what I did. I'm a better painter than I am a carpenter, but I made this up from bits of MDF and scrap board, sort of glued it together. But you can see, you can buy this unit. It's sort of like a couple of quid. And what it's for is actually securing this bit of the tripod, the camera element, the fast release bit. And it works really quickly. You put that in here, you can screw it on, and there it is. That will actually hold securely on the tripod. It will actually be a quick release in here. That bit goes in here. And when you want to undo it, you just have a quick release and it's job done. I think what is really good is this actual board, so that even if you don't have that, you don't have the tripod, the board itself is really quite important. And I've just about made enough space to get that tin of paint to fit nicely over there on the board. And again, this board, if you haven't got your tripod, you can still sit this board on your lap if you find a seat somewhere. I've painted en plein air many times, and it's really difficult when you've got your water pot and your paints and your brushes and everything all over the place. You're bending down, you're standing up. It's really difficult. But this board sort of keeps things together. I would highly recommend something like this. So a block. This is a glued block. It's Saunders Waterford. It's cold press. It's 140 pound. But the great thing about this block, this is a 7x10. It's already stretched. It's already stretched and it's easy. There are 20 sheets in the block. When finished, you just get a little knife in there and you just peel away and voila, it comes off. Also, I've got one of these things about having an edge. And so I like to also bring a little 1/2-inch masking tape that I put around here. So we need to carry water around. So what do I have? Well, you get one of these. This is filled it up with water. It's a Chinese expandable lantern water pot, and they're really great. They're lightweight. You just carry a bottle of water around with you. What about brushes? Well, let's have a look. One of my favorites here is something I've had for a while, my number 6 Rosemary & Co. Kolinsky sable. Can't sort of do without it. It's really great, especially for this size, the 7x10, which is great. So we have that. Also in the family of Kolinsky sables is my number 12, which I love. You have a number 4 mop style brush. Which one is this? This time it's a Raphael, but you can use whichever make you like. So you can tell it's mop style by the wire that's holding the mop style brush together. And here we have a number 2. Again, just a bit smaller. So we've got a sable style brush round and a mop style brush round as well. I'm also going to bring these as well. I like these. These are my spin synthetics. I love them. I think they're really nice. They hold their shape. That's a number 2 Da Vinci, and there's a number 0 Da Vinci. Also a square brush. This is a Da Vinci number 6. Square because it's square, not round, and it's great for windows and and tight edges and square shapes. So that's nice to have. And finally, what else do I have? Well, here it is. It's my worm, it's my rigger. I have absolutely no control with this, which is what it's all about. You sort of watercolor, you don't want control. This is where people go wrong. They're too tight, too accurate, and it looks forced. Things don't look right. If you want to be artistic, be expressive. You know, get a feel. It's about the emotion, about values. You know, it's about the spirit of a location rather than the accuracy, as a camera might suggest. You know, we're not cameras, we're artists. So there we go. A couple of other things as well that we really need. A rubber, a pencil. I choose a couple of pencils here. I quite like this one. I don't need a sharpener. But if you do need a sharpener, make sure you bring one. There's nothing worse than not being able to sharpen your pencil. I use this little fine line 01 marker. I usually use that for doing a bit of pen and wash now and again, which is quite nice to do, or even just signing your paintings with it. And I also carry a little tube of Chinese white. I don't often use white, but when I do, I'll just put a little bit in the tin and use it and then step on. You find if you have a well and try and fill it with white, it doesn't sort of stay white and it goes hard, and it's better to use fresh white paint. These, though, on the other hand, are fine. Let's go through the colors, should we? You don't have to bring all these colors with you. I mean, these are the colors that are my standard, as it were, that I always use. And I'm used to them and I know how they work. And I'll go through them in order so you know what's happening. And again, you don't have to bring these colors if you don't want to. It's just something I'm used to. And these are the colors that I always use when I'm teaching watercolor on my Zoom lessons. So let's have a look. First of all, top left-hand corner is my darkest cool, which is indigo. Next to it, one of my favorite colors is French ultramarine. Beautiful color, use it all the time. A color that I haven't had very long, I really like it. It's called Verdita Blue. It's by Daniel Smith. Lovely blue. Then next to that is the cerulean, which is the color of the sky on a sunny day. It's a beautiful color. And it's one of the few watercolors that is actually a little bit more opaque than the usual transparent colors that we have. Next row down, alizarin crimson, a very severe color, but great for mixing, especially with French ultramarine, you get that nice purple. Burnt sienna, really important, red color, earth color. Then we have raw umber, which is one of those colors I don't often use. It's always lurking in my tin, but it never seems to come out very often. And over here, we've got our darkest warm color, which is sepia. And when you mix the sepia, darkest warm, with indigo, the darkest cool, you get beautiful mid-grays. And mid-grays are quite important. Remember, we live in a world, it's not all color, it's gray as well. And you want those values of gray, so that's quite important. Then down here, we have cadmium red. One of my top colors, which is raw sienna, which I use all the time. As if you know me, you know that I will go in with the first wash with raw sienna. We then have cad yellow and cad orange. So cadmium yellow, cadmium orange. Again, great colors. They're mixing colors, really. You don't often use them just by themselves, but they're great to have. Over here, we have olive green. It's the only green that I have. I have used other greens in the past, but I want to travel light. So what I do is I use my olive green and I mix it with lots of other things to get different shades of green. I either mix it with blue to get it darker, with yellow to get it lighter, and so on. I have lavender, which is a fairly recent inclusion, which I'm enjoying with at the moment. Whether I continue with lavender or not, I don't know, but it sort of seems appropriate to use lavender on my next trip, which is down to Provence. So it seems like a good idea. Over here, we have a color called Opera Rose. And I really like it, especially for those sort of exotic climes where you've got those abundance of colors. It's very bright pink color. It's lovely. There are other colors as well. There's quinacridone, magenta and things like that. But I just like Opera Rose. And finally, another recent inclusion is ultramarine turquoise, which is very transparent from the one I was using before. So, and it's just lovely for sea washes and oceans and stuff like that, and foliage as well. Again, mixing it with other colors, it's a great complement with the olive green. So those are the colors that I'm taking. You take whatever colors you like, really, but so basically including the white. Again, the white you just use sparingly, but use it from the tube. It's the cleanest, best way of using white. So basically, voila, there we are. This is the en plein air kit. And take as little or as much out of this as you would like when you're painting with me en plein air. Anyway, there it is. Hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.